Hello everybody, it's me, Marina, and this is the first journal video I've done in a really long time. I stopped doing journal videos for two reasons. One, the stuff that ended up in my planner was like I wasn't okay with putting it on YouTube anymore. Things were happening in my professional life that, didn't need to be on the internet, but I still needed my planner to be functional. But I had cellulitis a couple weeks ago, so I didn't actually have that much going on, even though every single one of these little stickies is something that I wanted to cover up. So I figured that I could at least sticky the stuff that doesn't need to that I don't want to put out there, but you could sort of get a gist of what I'm doing with my planner. So this is my weekly. This is my Hobonichi. Still in Hobonichi. Love Hobonichi. We'll probably never give it up. Still in a weekly. I've started adding this little thing of like what to do this week, mostly for my household. And then I've been writing the weather up here. As you can tell, I only wrote the weather for one day because I was sick as a dog. And then I just sort of I've just kind of been randomly decorating with stickers, just putting them kind of anywhere and not really caring. Like sometimes they'll be relevant. Like I put 2 hang in there stickers on this week because it was fucking difficult. Having cellulitis sucks. It hurts so much. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm also writing in blue pencil. Here, I'll show you the tool that I'm using, which is this HMM mechanical pencil that does like a blue line, as you can see. So I write it in blue pencil, and that way it's easy to see. You can see this canceled sticker right here because we were supposed to do an in-office systems reset on Thursday and Friday, but I was so sick that I just couldn't do any work. So, but the blue pencil goes down first along with the highlighter, and then I don't know if you can see these little highlighter marks peeking out from the clouds, but that's how I track my working hours. And then I just sticker to my heart's content. And then on the daily pages, I've been doing some journaling. This is not from when I had cellulitis. This is actually back in January, when I had fucking staph infection. I don't know what's up with my immune system this year. It is not working very well. But yeah, it hurt quite a lot. So this is just straight up fountain pen ink that I this part that I dripped onto the page. And then this is ink from one of these black brush pens. Actually probably from, hold on, this one. Or a predecessor. I think I've replaced this a couple times by now. But yeah, just, tried to eat. I took a shower. It helped a little, but tried to sleep. It was bad. It was really bad. That sucked. And then, Hobonichi really famously, does not bleed. But I put so much fountain pen ink on this page that it did bleed through. All this orange and purple is the bleed through, and this over here too. But it really helped. It was really nice for this journal entry because it's I'm talking about how even though the pain is not as bad the next day, I just feel completely washed out. And I'm talking about, life after pain days, because although I didn't have the staph infection multiple days or multiple times. This is what it feels like also when I have endometriosis flare-ups sometimes, especially with the really bad ones, and then the next day I'm just like fucked up. So it was just a really good like visual of like, I don't know, here's my pain like covering me, and here it is like bleeding through my life. Like, I really love these 2 pages. They're probably my favorite 2 pages in the whole journal, even though, you know, they're about a really shitty topic. And then here's another, oh, not that. Here's another journal entry I did about my birthday present that my husband got me, which is a replica of the necklace that Blackbeard wears in Our Flag Means Death, or like one of them. And I wasn't like specifically wanting this replica. This is my drawing of Blackbeard, and this is the necklace on him. I wasn't wanting this specific one. I wanted one sort of like in the vein of this one, but we couldn't find anything that was like that in our price range. So we got a replica, and I love it. I wear it all the time. But yeah, so that's the kind of journaling I'm doing in my Hobonichi. I've got some stuff that I've written that I don't necessarily want to share, but it is now Tuesday. I had this day off, and I have today off too, which is why I'm doing this. I also spent today, my day off, like rearranging my office, so that one of the reasons was so that this setup can exist again. So I'm gonna take this off a different journal and do this guy so this backing stays on. And then I thought I'd just maybe do some painting with my Daniel Smith travel palette. This is not, so I got this palette. It came with these 6 things, and then the rest is me sometimes successfully, sometimes unsuccessfully putting paint in here. So this is it's not Daniel Smith, it's another man's name plus man's name. You'll know what I'm talking about if you buy watercolor paints. But this one, and this one are from that brand. These 3 are Daniel Smith. These ones are from the same brand as this one, but they're just gouache tubes that I straight up squeezed into here. And for some reason, this like ochre is okay, although it's coming up. The green is okay, although it's coming up. The pink has just completely fucked itself up. Same with the yellow, same with the black. So that's just what's going on. And then this is my Delphonics. This is I've Been Framed PDX. I got a discount because I bought some stuff from them the other day. But I figured I'd just use my water pen and put down some little watercolor and see just, I don't know what's up. I literally don't know what to watercolor. Hold on, let me take a drink of my tea just to clear my throat. I spent the whole day today working on my office, so I kind of think like maybe some abstracts are the vibe. Just sort of go in there with some colors and see what happens. I really love, here, let me, oh, see, this is, I went to the art store to see if I could get some more little pans, but I think I have to go to like the bigger art store downtown, because these, like, whenever I move, they just like jostle. But all right, let's start with, I don't know, some lines. I'm not picky. This is like a pretty pretty chill journal situation. But yeah, I haven't been recording journaling videos, God, for probably more than a year since my last one. I just find it so hard because I turn this also into like a journal. So, even if I'm not like, you know, covering stuff for like work where it's like, you know, my clients don't need this on YouTube. You know, or just I personally, you know, want to keep some stuff for myself. I'm journaling in here. So I'm like putting sort of like personal thoughts down about like life and everything, you know? And I don't necessarily want to share that with the internet. So I'm like having kind of a dilemma because I really liked making these videos and I really like being able to like do art stuff. But I also feel like I'm in a space where I don't want a bunch of my life on the internet. And I also feel like I used to be able to just talk and talk and talk with these things. But now I sort of feel like I have this like relationship with silence these days that I didn't used to have. And I always I never really feel like I know what to talk about if I'm talking, you know what I mean? Right now, all I can think about is like weird niche gossip in the HR, like the HR space. Apparently, I'm not in the HR space. I don't really do HR. Like I'll do hiring and I teach hiring and firing and stuff, but like HR is not, you know, that's like a lot more legalese and shit than I'm like ready and willing to do. But apparently my friend was at this HR conference and Jason Sudeikis, who plays Ted Lasso from, what's that movie, that show about, it's called Ted Lasso. That's what it's called. He was supposed to be there to like give the keynote, although why they got an actor to give a keynote at like an HR professional conference is kind of weird in the first place. But he said he was sick and he canceled. Oh, I kind of like this like dry brush look that's happening right here. Okay. He said he was sick and canceled and then was literally on TV at like a basketball game. Obviously not sick. And my friend said some really good points. She was like, why did we think he was going to come? He's not an HR professional. He's an actor. Like, why do we put our faith in people who like haven't earned it, basically? Which, like, great point. But I'm just thinking about, that's not like the first time I've heard that guy's like been a dick to someone. So I'm like supremely unsurprised. But I'm also just like, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about how like the character of Ted Lasso is like, you know, this like good manager guy, right? And also, like, the way that they portray him in that show, I didn't make it through season 2. Like, once the cute, like, assistant coach guy, what's his name, started to get evil, spoilers for a show that's been on for, like, 10 years. But, like, once he started to get evil, I was like, okay, it's not 10 whole years, but you know what I mean. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't watch this man be evil. He's too cute and adorable. Which, if you like that actor, you need to be watching Renegade now, because that show slaps. But I was like, this is sufficiently weirdly colored, I think. Sorry, I was just concentrating on my flippy flips. But I kind of feel like the way they make Ted Lasso a good manager is kind of like, it's fucking it up for, like, the rest of us, you know, that are, like, trying to be good managers. Because, like, he's a good manager just because he's, like, a people pleaser and, like, a nervous fucking wreck. And it's like, I mean, I guess you could infer that that's how good management works. I'm going to try and draw, like, a yucca plant without any reference. Because the thing I would put the reference picture on is my phone, and that's recording this video. So we'll see. We'll see if this successfully becomes a yucca. But anyway, like, I think that the way that Ted Lasso is portrayed as being, like, a good manager, it kind of fucks it up for people who are good managers out there. Because it makes his good management, like, it comes from a place of being a people pleaser, being, you know, a man with anxiety, being someone who, like, you know, doesn't have good boundaries, who, like, you know, is a bright sider, doesn't know how to have conflict. Like, and it's like, that is not where good management comes from, honey. Good management comes from, I think, a lot of different places. It's not one place. But I think a lot of people who are good managers and who are, like, identifiable as good managers are inherently, what's the word I'm looking for? They're inherently, maybe a little bit like troublemakers or boat rockers. Like, they are showing up in spaces and being like, this sucks, I want something to be different. They are able to be like, hey, quit it. And they're also able to be like, I can't do that for you, but here's what I can do. You know what I mean? Like, being a people pleaser does not make you a good manager. It makes you a terrible manager, because whoever's in front of you, you're going to be like, yeah, I'll definitely do that for you. And then who do you, like, show up for, you know? Do you show up for your staff? Do you show up for the managers? Do you show up for yourself? Like, you know, it's that kind of like, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything kind of thing. I'm trying to add some other, like, desert plants. I know I said this was going to be abstract, but it ended up being yucca. Not the African tuber, the big desert boys that you see in California and Nevada and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We've got some yuccas. We've got some little scrub grasses. We've got that. What else should we do? What else does this feel like? We could do, like, a moon. Take some of this paint away from here. make a moon. This is why I love watercolors. You can really manipulate it. And it's very forgiving. Other paints, they're forgiving in other ways. Other paints, acrylic paint, you can just put something on top of it. You don't like it, paint over it. Nice. But watercolor, to me, the act of moving the pigment around the page, that's why I like watercolor. See, now I can make sort of like the glow of the moon, and can add more lavender around our little moon. And the other thing about watercolor is I feel like more than other paints that I've used, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't have to be that good. You know, I don't have to be like a technically good artist. And I'm not saying that watercolorists are not technically good. I'm not casting aspersions on any watercolorists out there who might hear this and get mad. But I'm saying is that I, personally, I don't have to be that good at art to be like, you know, to make a watercolor that people are like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That looks like the thing I'm thinking of, right? Like, go back into the sort of like night sky with our little glow around our moon. Let's see, is this dry? Not by a long shot. Because my thought is that I'll put ink over these yuccas. I'll put some micron. This one's dry. I think I can do this one. Now, I can't remember if yuccas have spiky leaves like aloe vera or not, but I'm giving them spiky leaves. Oh shit, it's almost 4. I've got to go home. It's actually my anniversary today, and we're kind of broke, so we're gonna do this thing where we go to the thrift store and we each have $10 to buy the other one an anniversary present on the spot. And then we'll reveal our anniversary presents to each other at the end of our little thrift store shopping spree. And then we'll go get some fast food or something kind of cheap, and we'll go eat it in the park. So then this is the stem part. And then I have this. I bought this Neopico at like one of the art stores in town, and I find that if you see it, it's not, can you see that it, I hate paint pens because they do this, first of all. So let's try and get that up. Oh, actually that looks perfect. That's what I want. Oh, and then I smeared that. Oh no. It's okay. Remember when I said that watercolor is extremely forgiving. Cool. But anyway, I bought this thing at one of the art stores in town, and I find that I do not really like it. I'm using it because I bought it, but the feed does that, where it just always is like about to shit out a ton of paint. It doesn't really feel like I can control it, and maybe I'm the one that's like fucking it up, because I never really worked with paint pens until extremely recently. but it just doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like it's doing what I want. Like, it's not as opaque as I want. The feed is like super sloppy, like, now I'm like trying to rinse out this green so I can go in here with just the littlest bit of yellow. Get that yucca flower realness. Again, I'm painting this from memory. I don't remember what these flowers actually look like. I think it might be this. I hope it's this. But yeah, I think if I had more time, I'd like add more like, you know, expression lines on here, trying to vary the shadows on the leaves. And of course I would go and finish all the rest of these. And I would go and do the moon. I want to like, it's very, very wet still, but I want to go in with the micron and maybe with, I'm not sure, but I could get some shine on that moon. This is the problem with this guy, is that I don't feel like, I don't trust it to draw well. I don't like this feed, but I can sort of dab it in and then it'll sort of work the way I want, you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know if you like this or if you don't. I kind of think it feels like dreamlike. I'm probably not going to finish it, maybe ever, but this kind of stuff just makes me feel, it's nice to let my mind wander and just see what sort of comes out of it. So have a great rest of your week. Thanks for checking out this video. I will see you later. Bye.